Today on Showbiz India, it is indeed a pleasure to welcome founder of ClassPass, author, mother, wife, and founder of Sa Dance Company. It's such a pleasure to welcome Payal Kadakia to Showbiz India.
Thanks so much, Reshma. It's great to be back here.
Absolutely. And Payal, can I say, on behalf of all brown women all over the world, we are so proud of you.
Thank you so much. And, I think for all of us, whenever we go on to do things, I truly believe I am who I am because of my mom, and my mom is who she is because of my grandmother. And I hope to just do the same, for this next generation. So thank you. I really am honored.
You are the first, I don't want to call it brown girl, but in a cute way, the brown girl who had her company go unicorn. When you found that out, tell me, what was that feeling like?
I mean, it's a momentous moment, right, for any company, especially one that you started a decade ago to reach that point. But at the end of the day, look, as an entrepreneur, you don't work for a valuation, you work for the impact that you have on people's lives. And I think I'm always so grateful that ClassPass has been able to really serve people, help them get to class. We've booked over 100 million hours of people's lives and just really have that impact in what we've been doing. That being said, I think what was really important, and sort of what you were just talking about, is what that means for other people and other women and other little girls out there, especially South Asian women and girls out there, to be able to see somebody to know that they can do it too. Because I know when I was on this path, I didn't have many people to look up to, right? I did see a lot of people who I think were succeeding and were doing things in brilliant ways, but they didn't look like me. And I just want, anyone out there to know that they can do it themselves as well if they have the heart and the passion to do it.
I really imbibe, in my opinion, someone who's creative, obviously, and has imbibed into a robust business. So that's a unique combination. Not most people have that. I'd love to just pick your brain to see, how did you get this idea and how did you execute it?
I obviously have a moment where the idea came to me, but sometimes I really believe that I was destined to create this company since I was 3 years old and was put into my first dance class. And I say that because the passion that really drove all of this was my connection to dance, and specifically Indian dance. It was this place for me to belong. It was a place for me to thrive. It was a place for me where I found people who, lived to the same drumbeat I did. And I think as we get older, we all tend to forget that those things matter, right? We end up kind of getting put into the rules of life, get married, have kids, get a promotion, all these labels that are supposed to really carry us forward. And we forget about these things that really fulfill us in our lives. And here I was in my 20s, I had been building my dance company, Sa, at the time. And I was working and I was looking for a ballet class to take, another one, since I was training at the time. And I couldn't find it online. And I was so frustrated with going on different websites, different, URLs, different schedules, different subways. I didn't know how to get there. And in that moment, I realized technology could solve this for so many people. And it wasn't just about dance. It was about helping people have that feeling of what dance meant to me in their own life.
And wow, you are so wise beyond your years. You're very young. And now you have this book called LifePass. So what was your motivation behind writing this book?
I think I've always felt a big responsibility to give back. And I know I've carried this knowledge with me and this new, or not even new, but this methodology of how I've lived and carried myself through these last, honestly, not just decade, but 15, 20 years. I think I just really lived life on my own terms. And no one really teaches us how to set expectations for ourselves, right? No one really teaches us how to live without letting things stand in our way. And I really did that. Of course, I had limits and I faced them. And that's really what this book is about. It's really a book that helps you think about what your dreams are, but then all the things that could stand in the way. So I talk about mental constraints. So things like fear of failure, society's expectations, being different. And I talk about real constraints in people's lives. So whether that's money, time, people, not knowing, right, the people that could actually get us there. And I realized in my life, I faced all of these and I found a way through. And I have a lot of tips for people to work through these different challenges in their own life so they don't have to say no. The end of the book is actually this beautiful goal setting methodology that I started about 7 years ago in my own life. And I think I'm one of those people, and I think most of us, especially as Indians, are we are type A. We know how to move forward in our professional life and go there. But I realized that my personal life didn't necessarily have that same momentum and that same execution that I knew I was putting into other parts of my life. And I realized I needed a new system to put that attention towards it and to set goals in the same way I was succeeding in other aspects of my life. And I think for other people, it could be the other way, where their personal life is going well and they need some, a system in place for their professional life. And so I call it the LifePass method, and the book has all the entire, methodology and steps to be able to set goals in your life and really go after them.
I'm really always heartened to see how well you talk about your tribe and your family, because it's a very important part of a successful person.
100%. And I actually have a whole chapter dedicated to people and how, in our lives, if we don't have the right people around us, how we build that. But, I feel really fortunate. I think I grew up with a team around me, and that consisted of my mom, my dad, and honestly, my dance teacher, and I think what they taught me at a really young age, that if I go for something that I truly believe in, right, and I feel like is good for others, they will support me along the way. And I learned that when I was younger. And so when I got older and had these bigger ideas, whether it was to build a dance company and, have it put on huge shows, or then build a tech startup, I realized that I could have people come along with me because I knew I was doing something good for the world.
Now, what about some people that have been your role models or been part of your tribe through the professional aspect of it?
Yeah, I've had a lot of great people. I obviously I went to MIT and then I worked at Bain. So I built this great network. I think one of the most transformative people is Anjula Acharya, who was my first investor and advisor. And, when I met her, she was the first South Asian woman I met that was not in the typical fields that I had really known since then, right? She was in sort of the media world. She was doing something creative. She had her own startup. And I had never seen that. And it was really important to me to see that, because it helped me believe that I could be it too. And she coached me along the way and helped me make so many good decisions in really going after my dreams. And sometimes, I think the best mentors in the world, they tell you the truth. I think sometimes we're scared of hearing it, but I think she's been an incredible role model to me. I talk a ton in the book about Usha Aunty, who is my dance teacher. I think, we learn these styles of dance when we're really young. We kind of forget that how much they teach us about life. And, in India, we talk about Gurujis a lot and all of that. And really what she's done is she's given me knowledge about life. And I didn't realize she was training me for that when I was 3 years old. I thought she was just teaching me dance steps, but she was really teaching me how to show up every single day and be the best version of me. And so she's somebody I'm very thankful to, and has been an incredible role model in my life.
You started ClassPass, like you said, not just for the monetary aspect of it, but in order to help people. And of course, you're authored this book now. What are you hoping to achieve from this book?
I really hope everyone who reads it can, see themselves in some parts of it, right? Especially in parts where I was facing constraints, whether that be, I didn't know if I had enough money to quit my job, or if I was at a place where, my mom was telling me I had to get married and I really wanted to build my company. All these conversations that kind of get us stuck, in our brains. I really want us to kind of find a way through them. And whether, this starts that conversation for somebody or helps them through a really difficult moment, I really just believe if everyone is doing what's fulfilling to them in their life, the world is a better place.
How very eloquent and articulate. You should become a motivational speaker. Would you consider that?
I feel like I speak so much, so half of my job is already that. And I think I'm just also one of those people who likes to put it down in writing. And that's actually been the really nice part about this book is obviously I love doing interviews and speaking, but to me, it's also the depth of it. It's the execution side of it. And I think what's really great about the book is I give people literally check-ins and homework through the book. And to me, I'm a very execution oriented person on top of thinking about obviously my dreams. And I really do believe you need to be action oriented in what you do. And that's really been the key to my success. And I want other people to have those tools with them because, I really believe that we should all be living a life of yes and not be feeling guilty about our no's. And we should have a system and a contract with ourselves that if we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it well and be proud of ourselves.
So what's ahead for you, Payal?
Right now I'm heavily focused on this book. It's really been the culmination of honestly the past 10 years of my life. And honestly, all these conversations have given me so much to even be grateful for. And you know, I'm thinking about what my future is. I'm obviously going to keep dancing because that's what I love to do. And you know, I've got my little boy, so I've got a lot on my plate. But don't worry, I've got some things in the work that'll be coming soon.
Oh, I can sense it. Well, it was so great talking to you.
Thank you so much, Reshma.
And make sure if you like this video that you do subscribe to us, and we love to hear from you. So tell us your opinion right here. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever we post something new.